Voodoo Ranger Imperial IPA.
It's good shit. We've had this before. I just had a taste for it. It's definitely very hoppy, very strong. Shit has 9%. So it's like shit, fucking Canadian beer.
When my cousin Johnny just played in Utica.
Yeah.
And I just went down there with my dad and my uncle, and we watched them play. And they have the street closed down because when COVID started, all the restaurants just on that main drag, you know, it's a fucking small ass town,
right?
Starved Rock country right there. They wanted to obviously maintain business, so they brought everything outside. Well, they decided it was the best idea to keep everything outside, especially during the summer months. Yeah. And they closed that main street down, so it's just all the restaurants out in the street. Well,
that's pretty cool.
You can't find a Budweiser or a Busch Light in like a quarter mile of half of the tents there. And I'm not.
Why is that? Do you have like a lot of microbreweries, or what's going on?
Yeah, it was breweries. It's one of them is it's called Lodi, and they have what is it? They have the one in Ottawa.
Tangle Roots.
Yeah, Tangle Roots Brewery there. Yeah, and a couple others. Starved Rock's got one too. They make their own wine. But it was 95 fucking degrees. This shit did not go down well, dude. It did not. No. At all. No, not at all. And I had a plate of chicken wings and chili cheese fries, and I had them hold the chili because it was fucking hot. I'm like, it's going to be... I'm just piling.
You're already sweaty.
Oh. The music was good, but it was tough, man. It was tough.
Yeah. Last week I made the mistake of having a chili cheese dog. Why
was that a mistake?
Picked it up at the place in
because you didn't make it.
Yes, exactly. But it was from a restaurant, that place in Marseilles we talked about.
Babaluke's.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was good. Holy shit, that thing was fucking everywhere. I mean, it's like, I would have been better off putting it on a plate with a knife and a fork, as fucking gay as that sounds.
They have delicious
and eating it that way, because they do. But it was so fucking messy. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm never going to, because they wrap it up so it's all there now. You're trying to unwrap it. No, that's the problem. Had I sitting inside, it would have been,
well, it would have been messy
easier.
Still.
Yeah. True, but at least you're sitting there with a table.
Yeah. Well, inside there is funny too. They just have the swinging screen door walking in, and I love that. They just leave that open. It's just like walking into a house almost with a screen door, and then, it slams right behind you. But yeah, that's good. Nathan's hot dogs are my favorite.
That's a good hot dog.
Absolutely the best. Oh, getting attacked, man.
Yeah.
I had a bad experience with flies a couple weeks ago.
Did you watch any of those videos that I sent you about those guys in Canada fishing?
I don't think so. If I saw a fishing video, I would have watched it.
Yeah, I think on your phone, I think I subscribed you to it that one time. But I'll have to send you a couple other ones.
What is it? Are they just fishing?
Well, these guys, there's a lot of these dudes out
fishing
in Canada.
On like videotaping, like
well, that's like their whole thing.
A fish cast.
No, not necessarily. It's they're a combination. They're really more like camping and bushcraft guys. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So they'll get in a canoe. They'll fucking go down a river. Sometimes they'll go through these really obscure fucking places, dude. I mean, they're like in the middle of nowhere. They literally have to have one of those little transmitters that if you get fucked...
Hey, I fell down a mountain.
Yeah, somebody's got a helicopter to come get you because nobody's driving up there.
Yeah.
But they catch these fucking pike, these fucking basses.
Huge.
I mean, over a foot long. I mean, serious fish.
Well, and, fishing out in a place like that, and that's what I love, is if you get somewhere where nobody's at, you're going to catch a big one.
Oh, these lakes they're unbelievable. I mean, I would want to go to Canada just for that. And what these guys will do is they'll go, they'll set up like a little map of what they're going to do. They either go to a particular lake or they go through connecting lakes, and it takes them multi-days to get there.
Just kind of swift through everything.
But, but they do it smart. they'll fish, they'll do this, they'll check out some of these places, and then they'll camp out. They have like little, it almost looks like designated campsites. Like obviously people have been there before.
Oh yeah.
Because they'll show up to places and there's already a fire pit there. So it's like, you know, it's set up that way.
That's a fun ass fishing trip, and I would love to do it. But the one thing I think that is scariest about that is there's fucking bears everywhere. So you go to this desolate area where nobody's fished and you're catching all these fish. What happens when a fucking grizzly comes walking up? Because you got a goddamn salmon coming out of the river or something like that, or a trout, you know.
Yeah. Oh, that you got some big ass fucking moose too.
Oh yeah,
huge. That I've seen. They've shown that. Well, the whole thing. A lot of these dudes, what they also carry is you have like a
7.5, 8 feet tall.
Yeah, dude. Like of bear. They call it bear spray, but it's basically an XL pepper spray.
That shit.
And it can fucking shoot for like 20 feet. You know what I mean? You're gonna fuck up a bear if you get him right. In the sense that you're not gonna kill him, but you're just going to be able to burn his eyes and be able to get the hell out of there.
Well, I don't know this for sure, but I think fight or flight is in most animals like sharks. Like if you injure a shark and you're in the water, it's probably going to swim away from you. I'm not saying it's not going to come back, but a bear, I think if you're fighting a grizzly, which a lot of people say get in the fetal position, and get down. Yeah. A black bear will eat you alive. So if it's a black bear, you're fucked.
Yeah.
If it's hungry, it's gonna eat you. You can't act dead. It's gonna start at your stomach and work its way up. It's fucked.
Sure.
But that's why those camping trips are really fun too. Because I mean, if you're smart, even if you see a bear, you're gonna be okay. Don't be fucking stupid. All these Karens running around taking pictures of bears.
You're right. A lot of people get themselves in trouble because they start to infringe, where you're making them get into the fight or flight mode.
See, I'm on number 2, motherfucker. Oh, you're almost on number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, these are really good though, man. I gotta say, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but these are delicious. They're heavy though. They feel light, but they're heavy.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I can pound them, but
it's better to savor them.
Yes, absolutely. So what else is going on, man?
Not a whole lot, man. There's a lot of crazy shit in the news, dude. I really don't know how well you've kept up with it. I mean, I'm not a big news watcher guy. But, different people that I follow on YouTube and whatnot.
Do you turn the news on, in morning time? Like, I only do for the weather now. That's it. And I'll shut it off after that, but at least I can get my...
You know what? I don't do that because I don't have conventional television. You know what I'm saying?
Hulu, Netflix type
thing? That Hulu, Netflix.
Hulu Live, baby.
Exactly. Or the same thing, like you can even go on YouTube and go to the news, and there's different clips. There's even live news if you want to see it on YouTube. There's been a few places that I've followed a few times. But you know what it is? I've gotten spoiled. I don't want commercials. I fucking hate commercials. And you can be on YouTube watching a newscast live, and they'll have commercials. So that part sucks. But it's not a huge deal. But I know if there's a specific story going on or something comes across my radar, then I'll look into it.
But do your commercials though for YouTube? I mean, are you watching full episodes of something or?
Well, what I'm talking about the commercials is if you're watching a live news stream.
Okay.
They're going to have commercials just like if you were watching it.
Oh yeah.
I don't mean YouTube ads coming through.
Okay, you're not talking. Yeah. Okay.
No. I mean it's part of their live stream. So, they're going to have their little commercial break and then they're going to come back.
They're going to come back right to it.
Yeah, I used to follow one that I used to like to watch every morning that was Bloomberg. It was Bloomberg something. But it was basically more talking about the financial markets and stuff like that. That one, to me, I liked because it was pretty non-biased. They were just giving you the numbers.
Right. They weren't telling you what to do. Or
Exactly. They're telling you this is up, this is down. They'll have guests on giving their opinion on things, so I was able to stomach that.
Right.
You know what I mean? It wasn't everybody, because it seems like sometimes things are one way or the other. Either the sky is falling or everything is fine. Don't worry.
Right.
But
that's why it's so difficult. That's why I don't turn on anything on your general TV stations, because one is telling you one thing and one is telling you another. They're telling you the same thing, but it's their opinions on it. And I don't want to hear that. And so for a financial fucking You know, if you're going to sit there and listen to something on, you know, on finance and where you're going to make money or what the stock market is doing or anything like that, you don't want somebody who's biased to one thing and not the other, I would imagine. You know?
Right. Like, one of the good things is when I used to watch that, I mean, they'll tell you, oh, you know, Tesla stock up 10% down to, or something like that.
Right. And then Elon smoked weed. It's all dropping.
Right. Sell your shares. No. But, you know, this is what I wanted to ask you. If you saw this one story, and I actually got it here for you, because I'm not sure how aware you might be of it. Anybody watching this, listening to this?
I'm limiting my contact with certain things these days, and only for the reason that it's just some of it's just sad. You know, it's hard to wake up in the morning just like you're not supposed to look at your phone for the first hour of your fucking day. I believe in that,
which makes complete sense. But the fact is, I think a lot of us know that, but I think very few of us do that.
I don't do
you know what I'm saying?
Not every day.
Yeah.
I leave my phone on the charger when I get up to do my morning routine.
Yeah.
Which I won't fucking get into with you, but you know, it's 45
minutes. Do you even check it, though, to see if you got any messages or something? Oh, yeah. Because that's what I was going to say. That's the thing I always worry about.
Phone calls, messages, that's it. Facebook, very little. If I click it and I have like 2 notifications, I'll look at them. If I have like 100, I don't fucking look at them.
The reason why I asked that is because that's what I was thinking. And I hate the fact that, yes, I wake up and one of the first things I do is reach for my phone. And I think we've all become very, well, for a lack of a better word, just dependent. Where something happened to a friend. I know.
What the fuck would happen?
We all say that. But you know, we all have that little fear in the back of our head is that the one time we don't have our phone, we don't check our phone, that's where the urgent message is going to be.
Right.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I think in the back of the head, we all have that. So we're all, I'm not going to say paranoid, but we're so conscious of that we keep going, keep going back.
Keep going back. Well, and people want to know, and I will say this, is that there is a barrier now between 5 years ago when somebody would say, oh, everybody is obsessed with the internet and on their phone, to now because of what's happening. I think people are going, I need to make sure my loved ones are still alive, or that, the place of my business in this location is still standing.
Right.
I mean, that could be a sad reality. Somebody waking up, opening up their phone, finding out their life has been completely changed over the internet. But that's how fast it travels.
Right.
How many people find out before? So checking your phone's not a bad thing. And I know that's a silly topic because that was my question. Let's take the majority of the people in the United States that, let's say, have a halfway decent life. And that's really difficult because people seem happy on the outside. You can have great things and you can still live a shit life. But what would happen if this little device right here was gone? There was nothing to it. We couldn't get on Facebook, or the device and the internet. I'm sorry. Let me retract. Let me go back. The internet too, because I think most people are on Facebook on their phones. I think a lot of people who are on computers are sitting in an office somewhere, not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
a lot of shit time on social media.
A lot of shit time, right. But most people are walking around on their phones. Just phones. Just take the phones away from everybody. What the fuck happens? Where do we go? What happens?
If I had to give you an answer, my initial gut says, of course, at first there's going to be panic because you have so many people dependent on it. You and I are old enough to know a life before we had unlimited internet access. Before you had so much on the internet. When the internet first came online, it was slow as fuck. Cost a shitload to have it on your phone. Phones were expensive. You know what I mean? And now, who doesn't have a phone? And put it this way, the people that don't have a phone are probably the people that don't want a phone. It's an option for them.
Right.
We're talking in the U.S.
Right.
So at first, I think there would be a big panic. I think
Although, what about the homeless? So, come on.
Do you know that the homeless in China have phones? The homeless in China.
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing because that's great.
You know why? Because cash is so fucking rare in China that if you want to donate to somebody on the street, you send it to their phone.
No shit.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, cash. You can go to China and you can have Chinese money in cash. 99%.
So I can cash drop a fucking homeless person. And be like,
yes.
Yo, bro, you have no money, but you got a phone. Here we go.
Yeah. Okay.
That feels a little sketchy.
That's the way things are done in China, brother. You know, it's to the point where, you know, fiat currency, or I heard this one guy said, really famous guy, he was saying that he went to go buy.
So you're saying all crypto, basically? I mean, it's all fucking over
not crypto, because
they can go pull that what is it, yen? What's over there?
Yen is that's their currency.
All right, so they can go pull that out of an ATM or whatever the fuck they got with a. Let's say you're a bum. Let's say I'm walking by. I'm like, yo, and I cash drop you something on your phone.
Yeah.
You can go to a source, a bank or ATM, and
you could, but you wouldn't. You could, but you wouldn't. You know why you wouldn't? Because if you have that currency in your hand, most of the vendors, most of the sales, most of the stores don't want to take your paper. They don't want to have a cash register.
Because it's not reliable.
They want to. No, not because it's reliable. It's because basically they've been incentivized not to deal in the paper. Especially with, you know, the last 2 years. We know what's been going on. That's even accelerated that even faster.
Oh, majorly.
We've seen that.
Well, yeah.
We've seen that here in the States.
That's what
But the difference is here in the States you have a little bit of a pushback. Anytime they start talking about trying to get rid of paper money, you have a certain demographic, a certain percentage of the population that will push back, say, fuck this, this is private.
But I will say, man, I mean, and I live and reside just as you do in a pretty small town here, and those prices are not nice. So that dollar, that physical paper dollar, still, if I go to buy a package of fucking brats, 5 of them, if it costs $7, I mean, I'm sorry, for the average person, if you have a family of 5, I mean, come on, man. You got boys, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
You're in
like
trouble.
Horses.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and I'm not saying, you know, I'm just, you're going to have trouble with growing fucking young people trying to eat food.
You know, that's
just
why,
in this.
You know, that's why they call kids lovable liabilities, man.
A lunchable ain't going to do it.
No. And that's going to be a snack at best.
Yeah, that's my point. I mean, you know, that's a difficult.
Well, anyway, going back to your question.
Yeah.
I think initially.
See, I take you fucking.
That's fine. No, you're fine, brother. So you will have panic. There will be a time of adjustment. You will have angry people because you took their candy away. Let's face it. You took their candy away. Their instant dopamine hit. You took it away. Right. So there is that adjustment period. But I do believe in people. I do believe in mankind in the sense that after a while, people will learn to find enjoyment in other things. Go outside, go for a walk, have a conversation with a family member.
Right.
Things that people used to do before the internet.
Right.
Because if you think about it, I mean, I remember what people used to do before the internet to enjoy themselves. It was human-to-human contact. You had a lot of friends. You physically hung out. Right. Hey, we're going here. You called up 2, 3, 4, 5 different guys. You went somewhere.
Right.
You did something. Even there was times, dude, that we didn't have money to go somewhere. We still hung out.
You still hung out?
Yeah. Right. In front of somebody's house, somebody's backyard, or something. We just shot the shit.
Right. If Trevor fucking beat the shit out of somebody else, I didn't see it on Facebook. I found out by the black eye. You know, I'm like, oh, what happened here? Right. You know, you're finding out and that's the problem is 100% contact. I think that's why so many things have changed. Everybody's got contact with each other. Think about it, dude.
Instant contact. You know,
instant.
Bing,
boom.
Yeah.
So, exactly. 2 a.m. You want to talk to your fucking friends, you can. That took me. I was like waiting to tell my friends, hey, I just fingered this fucking bitch. You know? I don't have a phone to text or internet. Well, probably internet, but not a good source of it. It's not like it was regular in my household.
Right. And forget about it on your phone, dude. You had to sit in front of a computer, fucking wait 10 minutes for it to load up.
You know how long it took to keep that smell on my fingers? Just kidding.
I didn't wash this hand for 2 days.
Right. I just wanted you to know. No, I'm just saying though, it was way different. And
right.
You know, I had to knock on doors. If I'd be like, or you know, rocks at the window. If it was like, hey, I can't come outside, but you know what's up. And
right.
in all honesty, I did have access after a little while, but it wasn't this extreme everywhere. I've got a watch that it doesn't light up and tell me I have a text message.
Right.
But they have that now, and they've had it for a long time, and what's creepy about it is you don't even have to have your fucking phone, dude. You could sit there and be like, ooh, look at that. Okay, well, what the fuck?
Well, that goes
your
back
mind
to,
can't
like
work
I'm saying,
dude.
yeah, that instant gratification, you know. I was just listening to something they were talking about. I heard somebody ask a great question. They were like, he was asking how long is a long video? Asking young people this.
Is it a porn or no?
Well, if it's young people, there's 3 stroke specials.
Right. We can do the 2-minute video.
But he was asking like a social media or a YouTube video, what they consider to be a short video.
Okay. And
take a guess of what some of these young people, not all, but what some of these young people said. What number?
For a short video?
What is considered a long video?
A long video for a young person?
For you first, and then tell me what you think a young person would say.
A long video for me would be somewhere over at least 30 minutes. If I have to invest almost an hour into it, I'm going to consider myself solid sitting down watching it. So I would say a long video for me is an hour plus. Okay. For a young person, I don't know, TikTok, man, 30 seconds.
See, you hit it almost right on the head.
Yeah.
This guy was saying that most people would say if it's a minute long, it's a long video.
Yeah, see, fuck that.
So the fucking attention span has gone from 1 or 2 hours to 30 seconds to a minute.
Why though? What people are watching, like, you know, and there's what they call clickbait, you know, where you're fucking watching something and then at the end of the video you realize you've invested 3 minutes of your time for nothing. The result doesn't even happen. It's like, oh, they're showing you this trick and then boom, it's just some bullshit.
Right.
That is a waste of time.
Right.
So how many of these kids grew up going, well, that's a waste of time. That's a waste of time. I don't know. I'm not going to argue that. But, yeah, dude, forget about it. Don't give anybody some sort of some video on how to learn something you want them to work for.
Forget about it. You're taught, that's going to fall on deaf ears. But that to me was shocking. I was like, holy shit, 1 minute. And think about it. You and I can listen to, even though we might hear it chopped up, to a podcast that can go 2 or 3 hours long by a certain creator or multiple creators.
Sure.
It's actually, for me, like when we were talking about the fishing, when I see some of these guys put up their videos, which is like I said, a combination of fishing, of bushcraft, of camping, and I see that video,
all your fucking adventures.
I see that video is only 10 or 15 minutes long, I am disappointed. I almost don't want to watch it because it seems too short to me.
Right, you want to see more.
Yes, and when I see 45 minutes or an hour 45, I'm excited because now I know this dude's been, because think about it, for him to come up with an hour 45 of material, he was probably out there for a week.
Oh, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm there with you, man.
That gets me excited. I'm like, in 10 minutes, what the hell am I going to show me in 10 minutes?
Oh, yeah.
You know?
I was just watching a video the other day. We were fucking trying to cast a bait caster fishing pole. Mm-hmm. All right? And so we YouTubed it. And there were videos that were 2.5 minutes long and videos that were 15 and some that were much longer than that.
Yeah.
Every video we started watching, it started with the least amount of time because we just wanted to get to it. Terrible. Couldn't figure shit out. We're like, the fuck no, this doesn't make sense. You're wrong about something. Whatever you just said is wrong.
Or they skipped too many steps. Is that what was happening?
Man, no, they didn't skip too many steps. They were absorbed in whatever they were doing. That was not you know, what we wanted. Their keywords got us, but it wasn't what we wanted. So it was like, oh, 2 minutes of this. No, we need to figure out something different. We had to watch the hour video. Because in that hour video, we absorbed what we fucking wanted to go, oh, this is how you do it. Nobody was giving you that in 2 minutes. You know.
Did you hear about the nurse that was involved in that car accident in Texas? She was a traveling nurse.
No.
Dude, here, I'm going to pull this up because I got the article here saved. And I'm going to read a couple of things to you. Okay. This is from the Los Angeles Times. Oh, the nurse accused of killing 5 people last week when her Mercedes plowed into traffic at a busy intersection and involved 13 previous crashes. Dude, they're saying 5, but I thought it was 6 people died. I don't know if there was somebody else that died after this. But they even have footage of this. There was an intersection, and she plows through the intersection like at 90 to 100 miles an hour. She was fucking flying.
What was she doing? Was she drunk or what?
Well, initially I thought that, but what I'm hearing now, it doesn't say in this story, but what I'm hearing now is that she was arguing with her boyfriend via FaceTime while driving.
FaceTime, wow.
While you're driving, you're face fucking timing somebody.
Well, that's terrible. I mean, you might as well just text.
I mean, it's just as bad. Your eyes are not on the road, right?
Well, I mean, I think the hardest part about FaceTiming while you're driving is the fact that you're going to be looking at that person, especially in some sort of moment of, that could be desperate or, whatever it could be. But for that, but she killed a bunch of people while she was FaceTiming.
Big time. Jeez, I mean, if you see the video, it is fucking fiery. And she comes in like a bullet. Like cars, think of yourself at a stoplight and cars going from left to right traffic-wise, and she just fucking plows through them. She goes through them.
Yeah, and that's terrible. I mean, especially that it could have been fucking prevented. I've been in fucked up situations where it was like, okay, this was just a mistake. But if you're FaceTiming or even texting, talking on the phone, if it's up to your ear and you're looking forward, you should be okay, right? But
should be. You know what this got me thinking about? I thought to myself, what was the stupidest thing I could say I did behind the wheel of a car?
Ooh.
Can you think of yours? There's one particular I can think of me that I'm not proud of, and some people are going to hear this and they're going to might be fucking pissed at me when I tell them. But can you think of one in particular that's not? It may not be the worst, but the one that stands out.
I can think of moments where I am regretful now, but I'm still here. But I could say I would never, ever, ever do it again.
Yeah.
And sometimes I was not in control of the vehicle. I was just in it. It was like a young and dumb type shit. I could tell you some fucked up stories that, were not really nothing I'm proud of at all. But, being in the fucking car, sometimes you can't help it. And it might have been laughing it off when I was there now, but now I think about it, I don't know. But what do you got? What do you got? I want to hear it. Because I do, but, I mean.
Well, and you know how
they're all equally as scary.
Yeah, and they're equally as stupid, too. Because it's like, just stupid. I mean, where you're not in your right head. And the more time goes by, I look back, I'm like, Jesus, what the fuck was I thinking? What the fuck was I thinking?
You were.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Even though that sounds like a cop-out answer, I wasn't thinking, but you obviously weren't thinking about the repercussions if something did go wrong. This was, and I remember this specifically because, and this is going to be embarrassing, because the Fast and the Furious number 5 had just came out. How fucking gay is this, okay?
All right, we've got like 20 of them now.
Yes, so. Yeah. So I don't know what
5 is not that bad,
but it had just dropped in theaters, so I know it was around that time period. Because we were all jacked up, we wanted to see it, right? And I'm with a couple of buddies from work.
So you felt like fucking.
Yeah, oh yeah, we felt like we needed to tear some shit up, right? And I didn't have any fancy sports car. I mean, my buddy had a Lexus 300i or some shit like that. His was a stick shift, a V6. I had an older Nissan 200 SX, and that was stick shift as well. And now, if you've ever driven one of these 200 SXs, they're not fast top end, but their weight to performance ratio is pretty cool. They're very torquey, especially the stick shift one. it makes you feel like you're doing. It's like driving this souped up golf cart is what you're doing, you know.
Sure, you're flying.
Yes. So after work, you know, we went and had a couple drinks, and then decided we were going somewhere else to have a couple more drinks that was further up north. We were working in Bolingbrook.
So you had some distance.
Oh yeah. So we jumped on 294. We get on fucking 294. It's still daylight, so I'm trying to paint a picture. This is like after 5 p.m. in the summertime, still daylight.
Okay.
And I'm coaxing my buddy to race. So here we go. We fucking take the fuck off. We are swerving in and out of fucking cars. I mean, we're like chasing each other in and out of traffic. Like fucking idiots. And I looked down at my speedometer.
Were you buzzed up?
A little bit.
Just
honestly, we were.
Enough
we
where it made
been.
You go.
Yes.
Yeah.
We kind of gave you like the beer.
Because 294, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on where you're at, fuck.
So,
actually, all of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So where we were at, because the further north you go, it gets even wider. You get 4 or 5 lanes. Where we were at, it was still just 3 lanes. And we were booking so fast that when I looked at the speedometer, that speedometer was pointing south. It topped off on the right side like at 110, and it was completely south. So I don't know how fast, but it was well over $120.
Yeah. So
you know, and he was beating me, so he was even going faster because he had a V6. So I'm trying to catch him. And I remember his brother was out on the road with us too. He was like, because he had called up his brother and said, hey, we're going somewhere else. Meet us there. He wasn't with us. And he's like, dude, you passed me so fucking fast. He's like, it was just, you would think I was in a fucking Indy car. And we're hucking it up at the time. Thankfully, nothing fucking happened. I didn't fucking kill anybody like this chick did, you know, but I shouldn't say in my own
But you weren't
defense.
FaceTiming.
Exactly.
There
was no phone in my hand or whatever. Yeah. It was clear conditions. There was no rain or snow. And I don't say this to justify. I know what I did was fucking stupid.
No, racing on in 290, dangerous.
Dangerous and fucking stupid. And by the time we got to our destination, we were laughing it up. He's telling us on how fast we were just zooming by. Luckily, there was no cops on the expressway. And ever since that day, every time I look back and think about that, I'm like, what a fucking idiot I was. Yeah. Like, if I think of how much shit I could have got into, if something would have went wrong, if I would have clipped somebody, if I would have spun out.
Well, see, and that's what's so scary, dude. Life it doesn't seem so precious when you're young. Yeah. The older you get, it does.
When you're young, dumb, and full of fun.
Oh, God! No, I've been there. My brother and I, with a couple other individuals, and I won't name them, but we were in it was a GTO. It was one of the new ones. So it was like a 2004. It was a 6-speed. And we went from Roosevelt Road to Ogden Avenue in just under 60 seconds. Now think about that. Now we're on 355.
Yeah, you were eating it.
It was the top interior of his car was fluttering. There was air coming in underneath it. We were going.
It wasn't a convertible?
No.
It was a hardtop.
It was a hardtop.
And it's flopping like that.
It had a sunroof.
Okay.
Yeah, it had a sunroof. And the top was fluttering. Now, I don't know if there were windows down. I was in the back seat. Somebody was in the front seat. His name is Dave. Bobby was driving. And we were doing 165.
Jeez.
Yes. And that got us from, and Roosevelt Road.
Yeah. To
Ogden Avenue on 355 from Roosevelt, where 355 crosses over Roosevelt, it's just on the other side of Glen Ellen. It's meeting Glen Ellen and maybe Lombard territory. I'm not sure exactly where it's at, or what crossing you're at there, but that was the scariest moment of my life. Almost one of them, because I thought I was going to die. And we did.
And was it just the 60 seconds and it was done? The speed came down? Or?
No, he started going, and then he got on top of himself. He got too fucking excited, and he started going fast. And to be 100% honest, and, again, kind of a cool story, but fucked up and stupid because we could have hurt people. There was a cop sitting in the middle, and we passed him well over 100. But at that point, he had to keep going. And that's when we exited Ogden, And after we got on Ogden Avenue, we literally pulled into this apartment complex, and they knew where it was. And it was not planned, but they knew where it was. And we went to the back and parked. And we all got out. You know, and fucking just walked.
Scattered.
Just got, I mean, because there was obviously, you know, cops.
The car was loud, but it's like, get away from the car.
Looking for this car that just zoomed right past him. And well over 100. Probably, no, fuck that. And trust me, I told Bobby, I said, I'm never getting in your car again if you're going to drive like this. It's not worth it. Fine, take your own life, but take it at your own discretion, not everybody else's. Because you're going to kill other people on the way. I'm not against fucking racing. Don't get me wrong. But that was stupid. It was not a good choice. So that's my one real crazy car story, because it's scary to this day. I mean, I remember hearing the inside. I mean, the car was falling apart. He was going so fast.
It's telling you this roof is coming off.
Yeah, right? God damn.
Yeah,
right, Pontiac. Fucking GTO. Bullshit. Fucking plastic.
And you said it was a 2004, so it was smaller. Yeah, it was when they brought back the Pontiac GTO.
It was just when it came back. It was that.
That's not a very big car, but it's got a lot of engine under the hood.
It was fast. It was not his fastest car by any sense of the word.
Yeah.
I mean,
but they were fast. I want to say it had like a fucking 350 V8 under the hood.
It was fast enough, and it did 165 miles an hour. I was looking at it because I thought, if I'm dying, I need to know. You know? But no, I mean, he was right up in that range, and it was terrifying.
Yeah,
to say the least. But there was 4 people in our car.
Ooh.
So imagine that
shit. Yeah. See, I got a buddy who was involved in an accident not too long ago. He was leaving a party. He lives in Chicago. 2 a.m. living a family party. He's not a drinker, so he didn't have any drink in him. Nothing. And he's turning at a light, and he gets clipped. This guy was driving a Jeep Cherokee. He gets clipped so hard, he gets spun around. I don't remember if he got flipped around, but they totaled his car. The kids that were in this car, there was like 5 or 6 of them. Every one of them was under 18 years old, dude. At 2 in the fucking morning.
So
2 in the morning, man. And he had to get some medical care, but some of the other kids had to get, hospitalized. Luckily, nobody died. But come to find out, these kids were riding around in a stolen car.
Oh, okay. So even worse.
Yeah.
I mean, not. They should have been out at 2 in the morning. I'm not saying I wasn't out at 2 in the morning, but I mean, all things considered, I mean, they killed the fucking 5 people.
Well, no, that's this other lady, the one that I was telling you about that happened in Texas. There's 5. I want to say there's 6 people that got killed that she did when she was FaceTiming. My buddy in his accident, thankfully, nobody lost their life. Not even the kids that were in the car.
Oh, but there were how many kids were in that?
There was like 5 or 6 people
I'm sorry.
in that car.
I apologize. My confusion was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So they had 5 fucked up motherfuckers sitting in this car.
Yeah.
Yeah. See.
So when he's telling me this, he even showed me pictures. He sent me pictures and stuff, and I'm like, holy shit. It's amazing nobody was dead after that.
So let me ask you this then. And this is going to be complete fucking... This is going to be something that, maybe the number is going to be true or false to whatever you think. How often do you think? Because I know in this area here, I have seen it for myself. I've witnessed it. And I know it personally. From my own experiences and up until now, fucking kids drive around fucked up all the time. All right? So how do you stop that? Putting up roadblocks isn't stopping it. That ain't going to stop it. All you're going to do is you're going to catch a select few. That's going to be it. After that, it's going to be done.
Yeah, I mean, I get the point of a roadblock. I mean, I know they do get a few people off the road that can possibly kill somebody.
I have an answer, I think. I think I got an answer.
The long-term answer is going to be a tough one, but it's going to come down to education at home,
Education at home and open up the drinking age a little lower. Because, yes, and honestly, the only reason I believe this is... if you truly look at it, and there is a lot of reasons why kids at 21 end up in the fucking hospital on their birthday or things like that. Because guess what? They're dealing with the shit that they couldn't when they were younger, and they just want to break out.
So you feel like removing part of that taboo is what it is?
Yeah, because drinking, not everybody's, parents drink. So when they tell their kids they can't, when they get to that certain age, it's like, well, wait, you're having fun. I want to see that. So
yeah,
I think
parents are being hypocrites, basically.
Opening that door, dude. I knew this kid. His name was Andrew, and this was a childhood friend, but I only knew him through my parents. So we only saw him on very little occasions. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like a school friend or anything like that. Mm-hmm. And he lived in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and we went out there the last time I saw him, and he was, I was probably 10 years old, 11 years old. He was probably 14. When he turned 21, he was in the hospital. And he was in the hospital because he drank too much, because he was so sheltered. He was a sheltered child. He never even, and he was in college. He was a very smart fucking dude, but not smart enough to realize that 21 shots on your 21st birthday was going to probably kill you. So his stomach was getting pumped in the hospital by the end of the night. And that is, I think, a lack of experience. I think it's completely responsible to give, in my opinion, somebody, 17, 18 years old, I'm not, they fight for their country, they should have a drink. I'm not going to die on that hill, but I don't think this is a good idea to withhold from somebody who, might want to experience it. If you're drinking it, then you might as well let them taste it.
I mean, I see your logic in it, because you remove that taboo, and let's say if you're at 17 or 18 years old, and you've had a drink or two, you might fucking hate it. You might be like, this shit ain't for me.
Right.
Because I know we all know people like that. I mean, I know people like that never were drinkers at any point.
Right.
They tasted it one time, and to them, it's like you're drinking fucking horse piss. Why are you drinking that?
I agree with a lot of shit. Yeah.
There's this.
I don't drink a lot of alcohol.
There's another argument too that Adam Carolla once time said. He was like, you drink alcohol, you never like it, and he's like, one day you turn the corner and it becomes your medicine. And I thought that was funny, because going back to one thing that you're saying, I remember being 13 or 14 years old, sneaking a few beers with my buddies away from our parents or something like that. And it tasted like fucking
going
shit.
In the fridge, kind of?
Yeah, it just, because you realize they're not keeping track of it, because they're having a good time or at a family function. The cooler's over there. Somebody goes over there and sneaks one or two out. And next thing you know, we got a couple of beers somewhere else. So we'll go either in the basement, behind the garage, or somewhere, and we're drinking it.
Quick,
chugs. It wasn't, and I'll be honest with you, it did not taste good. But we felt like we were, rite of passage. We felt like we were being...
You wanted to get drunk.
Well, not necessarily drunk, but we wanted to feel grown up.
Yes.
Is what we wanted to feel.
Okay, you wanted to feel that.
Yeah, we wanted to
why
feel...
Why can they do it and we can't?
Right.
Fuck that.
So,
right?
Yeah. And I would be one to admit that after so many times, we did turn the corner. After a while, it didn't taste bad. It tasted good.
So let me ask you this then. Because I trust me, dude, that experience is very similar to what grew me out of beer. I was taking it from a fridge that I should not have been.
Yeah.
And it was gross, but it was establishing something for me. I don't know what. I enjoy the feeling. But eventually, then I was like, there's more flavors. It's not just about, and I found stuff I liked.
Yeah.
But I also was not 21, and I've been drinking for a long time. I've never had my stomach pumped. I'm not proud that I love alcohol and all that, but I will say this, that I can tell you there was never a point in my life where I overdrank several times in my life, but not to that point. And that point is scary. That is too fast, and it's because your body doesn't understand it. I'm not saying whether your children for alcohol. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying if you hide it from them and they don't understand the possible repercussion of fucking hitting 10 shots in a row.
I think there is an argument to be said with that too.
And I sound like a fucking complete and I love booze. You know that. But I absolutely also understand the limits of it.
Right, but okay, going back to that kid that was 21 years old and got his, had to have his stomach pumped. I'm willing to bet everybody who heard about that were like, that's the last person I would have thought of. That's probably, I would have never thought of him because, like you said, he was so sheltered.
He was, and the thing is according to the story I was told. Now I don't know this to be exactly true. I was not there, but they did that thing, and trust me, this happened, dude. I got birthday punches, all my life growing up. When I turned 21, my friends beat the fuck out of me. Okay,
that's what I call love.
Yeah, but it was 21 punches.
Yeah,
and they only hit my arms. Okay, and that was it. And that was just something that went around.
Yeah.
But also, what was happening? Thank God, and this probably happened throughout, experience of my life in drinking, but it was a shot for every year of your life.
Oh,
so when you turn 21, that's apparently what he did. He did 21 shots.
Oh, Jesus.
So now put that in an alcoholic's hands. Put that in a weather drinker's hands. I mean, you and I can sit here. We can, we're sitting here. We got a 6-pack. We've had a few beers. Nothing intense. But you do 21 fucking shots and you never had a sip of alcohol, you're done.
You're definitely going to end up in the ER. That's way too much.
ER, or you're going to end up fucking with goddamn,
6 feet
people
under.
crying. Yeah. You're going to have your pallbearers walking you into your grave, brother. I mean, that's death.
I hear that. But you want to hear about a ridiculous thing, okay? You just made me think of something so stupid and obscure when I was a fucking kid.
I love that.
Talking about getting your stomach pumped. All right, you want to know, okay, there was a time where, I'm definitely going to show my age. When I was a kid, New Kids on the Block was a big fucking thing, all right? Everybody who had a pair on them hated New Kids. It was all the fucking bitches who liked New Kids on the Block.
Okay.
They got their little panties wet over them. But if you were a guy, you didn't listen to New Kids on the Block, right?
Was that like one of your I know New Kids on the Block, but in the instance, kind of gravitating towards a younger crowd. Yeah. I mean, they were
a young boy band. You know what I mean? It was a young boy band. And
but wait, who was it? Who was it? It was
fucking Mark Wahlberg's brother was in it.
Donnie Wahlberg.
Yes, he was part of it.
Okay.
Him,
he was Mark Wahlberg was Funky Bunch, dude.
Yes, okay. He was Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. Yes,
I knew it was one of them. All right, cool.
But they were part of New Kids on the Block, and they had, I'm not going to lie, I'm not hating on them, but they had a huge following, probably 99.9% female. All right, these were dudes like super young, anywhere from like 17, 18 to 21 years old.
Just super.
At that time, and they fucking blew up. This is before internet.
Coma.
So they were pushed out by their label. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
MTV used to still be a thing, so these motherfuckers were everywhere. You want to talk about, you hear about rumors going crazy like on internet now. Dude, I lived on the south side of Chicago, and there was a rumor going around, spread like wildfire, that Jordan Knight got sick on the tour bus. They took him to the hospital, and they pumped a gallon of cum out of his stomach. You want to talk about fucking haterade, right? Dude, this spread through the whole fucking school and everything, and they're talking about this like it was...
Did you even fit a gallon? I mean,
now that, obviously, not a kid, you realize, where are you getting a gallon of cum?
Right. God. Yeah, I mean...
But this goes to show you how hated they were by men. I'm sure it was a guy who thought of this.
Well, I can tell you this, though. All right, you just brought something up, and I'm sorry but Pauly Shore.
I remember
MTV.
Shore. Yeah.
What the fuck? I'm sorry, dude. Like,
have you seen him leave? That brother looks rough.
I know.
He looks like he's partying. And the funniest thing is, I'm not trying to shit on anybody.
No, I'm not trying. Sure.
I thought he was hilarious.
I fucking love him. Original MTV dude.
Yeah.
But
the last time I saw him, he looked like a fucking 55-year-old dude dressed like he was 18.
Yeah. Well,
and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? I mean, I get that some people want to be trendy,
dude.
But
and this, so I'm gonna say, I think he is digging way too deep. Like his ego got diminished, and I believe this because I've been watching shit, and it's just like, ooh, it's cringy, dude, watching him, and I'm like, dude, You're fucking Pauly Shore. Shut the fuck up. Just be yourself.
Yeah.
Stop trying to absorb like what you missed in your past life.
He felt like he got left behind.
Got screwed.
Yeah.
And maybe he did. I don't know, but I can say this: that,
literally and figuratively.
Well, probably, dude. I don't know.
We're not judging. Just saying.
No judgment. But I saw him in a video. He was in a hotel room. Now I'm not judging because I'm a poor motherfucker. But this hotel room was not like it was like something that I'd be getting
like a $40 fucking stripper dive kind of bullshit.
Nah, it was a stripper dive, but I'm like, damn, this is whatever. And he's filming. Oh, well, I'm gonna be here, and you people are talking about this and that, and he was just attacking the most minuscule little comments that he was receiving, and it was like, oh, you're Pauly Shore though, bro.
Kind of seems like it seems like a dude with a lot of time in his hands. Once you start commenting on every fucking thing somebody's got to say, you're right. You definitely fell off. You need to recenter and rethink yourself.
Recenter, dude. You're funny. You're cool, and I do like some of his movies. Like Biodome is fucking awesome. I love that. But god damn, dude.
Do you remember Jury? Do you remember Jury Duty?
Yeah, I do. And I wasn't a fan or in the army or whatever.
I remember both. You know what I liked about Jury Duty? Is that there's this one scene I'll never forget. Is that his parents are telling him how they're going somewhere else. He's like, "Where are you guys gonna stay?" Next thing you know, they're hooking up the trailer and taking it. And he's fucking homeless. To me, that was the best fucking cutscene. But he's just watching them drive.
They just pulled everything.
Yeah, they just pulled the trailer.
Okay. No, I enjoyed some of his movies, not all of them. But they were, a lot of them turned out to be like, and I don't even know exactly what this term means, but cult movies. You know, I think it means just a certain group of people are going to really like them, and a certain group are going to hate them. There's no gray area. It's an okay movie. It's you either love it or you hate it. Yeah,
the whole cult thing, though, you're right about that. I've always meant to look up what the fuck does that mean. But a cult following seems to be like a lot, either it's like an underground movie or underrated movie. Sometimes it's even a fucking cheesy, bad-made movie and has a cult following, like it has this demographic of people that seem to love it and will keep its name alive for whatever reason.
Right.
So I
like
can
Napoleon
see
Dynamite.
Exactly. That will happen. Yes.
Let's face it, the dumbest fucking movie ever made, probably, but hilarious in a lot of ways. I mean,
and it was like made bad
Uncle Rico.
Yes.
Come on.
I'll throw a football over the damn
Yeah, right. When he throws the steak and hits the dude in the face. And then Napoleon, and the kid gets mad at him because it's his uncle, and he's like, you ate all our steaks and ruined our lives. I mean, but they live in Montana or wherever the fuck it is, in the mountains.
Where did it take place in Montana?
Yeah, it was like some mountain fucking, which was beautiful.
I used to be able to throw a football over the mountains.
But it was just so many people hated it. I liked it.
Yes.
I loved it. No, I see it all the time, and I never click on it. You know, if I'm sitting there bored and I'm getting down and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch a movie.
Dude, I got a question for you. Now that you're talking about that, I have to ask this question. What is the one movie that if it comes on your feed, you gotta click on it? But I don't mean gotta click on it like say watch it front to back. But let me paint a scenario. It's cable TV. And let's pretend it's live.
Okay.
Where you can't just instant on demand. If it comes across your feed, you got to click on it. At least watch a portion of it. Maybe not the whole thing.
The Hangovers.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably any of the Hangovers. And the only reason why is they always make me laugh. And I can watch them and like walk away and come back. And since I've seen them so many times, I know where I'm at.
Yeah.
So it's easy for me to watch. But it's one that I don't care if it's on. I have movies that I will not put on. Like, I just the other day, what the fuck was it that I put on? Independence Day. It's been on, I don't know what, Netflix or whatever fucking feed. I have Netflix and Hulu, so it's on one of those.
Yeah.
And I put it on once. I've seen it 1,000 times. I didn't even make it through a quarter of it. And I didn't turn it off. I just walked away from it. The Hangover, I'll sit down and I'll be like, and I'll start watching it.
Right.
Yeah, I've seen it. That doesn't happen with everything. I love War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise. That's always
on.
on.
Yeah, I recently saw that one again because that one, it's like, it's been a while. You're right.
It's always on. It's not my go-to to like, I'll turn on, but it's for some reason, if I see it on and there's nothing on, like, I'm not going to turn on Seinfeld or 2.5 Men over it. I'll put that on. I love both of those.
Yeah.
And those are nighttime goes for me too. Not 2.5 Men. I don't really watch that, but I love Seinfeld. I do, and it's because the bass riff. Angela hates it. Boom, 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 boom. Because at 4 a.m, that's not what you want to hear, or whatever it is. But it's a easy thing to watch. So, yeah, a movie wise, Hangovers. I could always turn on. The John Wicks, their action, it's moved so fast, you can just kind of watch it. I don't know. That's a tough one, man. That's a tough one.
See, there was one, and this is just how shit goes sometimes, all right? There's one movie that I wanted to watch. I've already saw it a few times, and I've been looking on Hulu. I've been looking on Netflix. The original, well, I don't know, not necessarily original, because I guess you can keep going back. But the Batmans that I like are the ones with Christian Bale. All right?
Okay. Huh.
All right.
Batman Begins.
Yes. The 1 and 2 were on one of those platforms forever. I wanted to see fucking 3. I've seen that a couple times, and I love 3 with Bane. I love 3 with Bane. I like it when he fucking... Burn me the Batman. Yes.
I mean, he's a...
Yeah,
But he's a scary motherfucker,
Yes, too. Yes. But even like Batman 2, the other thing that made him super scary, if you think about it, is these motherfuckers they were deranged. They had nothing to lose. All they had was what they wanted to die, and
Death was not a...
Right. But anyway, 3, I've been wanting to watch it for like, I don't know how long. And they had 1 and 2 streaming. I'm like, son of a bitch. So of course I paid for it. Watch it on YouTube. And literally less than a month later, now it's available on fucking...
Now it's fucking available. Okay.
Now it's available. And I made sure I watched it start to end when it was available. Again. And I recently watched it a few days ago. But I fast forwarded because I knew I wasn't going to be able to stay up to watch the whole thing.
Well,
because it is a long movie.
Now, do you wake up, though, and still watch it, or do you shut it off?
No, what I did is I fast forwarded it to the point right to the point where he's going to fight Bane. Because that's the part of the movie that I love the most.
Yeah.
Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, yeah.
Where he fucks his back up and the guy has to build himself back up. And, there's that's one of the movies that I can watch multiple times. I'm not going to say every day or every week.
The build back up is what I believe, though. Because it shows somebody
that determination.
Yes. Yeah. That making it, you know what, I'm coming back.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, okay, so is that your favorite Batman? Because I love Michael Keaton in Batman, dude. With what's his name? Fucking Penguin, the little motherfucker.
Danny DeVito,
yes, come on, man.
Jeff.
Some of the best.
Dude, you want to know what memory I have of the original Batman?
Danny DeVito.
I was a very young man when the first one came out with Michael Keaton. There was such a fucking hype, Jeff. We went to go see it. I went with a buddy.
Talk about one of your actors then.
I went with a buddy to go see this movie. There was so much of a hype that outside the theater, like you were at fucking Six Flags, they had roped off around like this, dude. Left, right, and center. We had to wait hours just to get a fucking ticket to watch it. It was ridiculous. I have never seen anything like that again.
Well,
I wonder if people remember this. It was so hyped up. And that movie made tons of fucking money.
Do you remember?
But I just remember being disappointed.
And disappointed in the movie or in the fact that you had to wait so long?
No, in the movie.
In the movie?
Because if the movie would have been good,
then
I would have been like, all right, that
Do you remember Duplicity with him? When they clone him and he's got a bunch of different versions of himself, but his wife doesn't know. So he's got this...
Oh, with Michael Keaton.
Yes, with Michael Keaton.
Do you know what?
And the one guy loves pizza, and he's a little bit of a slower guy.
I know the movie you're talking about.
He gets caught with the wife a couple times. He's like...
I never saw the movie, honestly.
Oh,
and you know why? I'll be honest with you, because by then I was burned out. Like, you know how some movie stars come up hot? You know, like your Ryan Reynolds come up hot, and the next thing you know, they're on everything.
Yeah, but Ryan Reynolds is, yeah.
You know what I mean? He came up hot. Ben Affleck had that moment, too.
Sure.
Came up hot, and the next thing you know, every fucking 3 to 6 months, he's got a new movie out. Mm-hmm. They've gotten smarter about that. They don't do that anymore. They try not to do more than one a year. But anyway, that movie he was already on the other side of the hip. I was so burned out in Michael Keaton at that point. Which I was a big Michael Keaton fan. I'm a Beetlejuice fan.
Jack Frost, Beetlejuice, one of my favorites.
Yeah, Beetlejuice fan.
For a Christmas movie, Jack Frost is one of my favorites. And he's the snowman. Come on. And this should relate to you, brother.
Damn, dude,
and only the way that he's... No?
I don't think I did.
Okay, let me give you the overview real quick.
Yeah.
Musician. Beautiful family. He's never home. Okay? And Christmas time is coming around. His son is a hockey player. He's missing his son's games. His son loves him, like the most extreme. And so they're going to go to their cabin. And I won't ruin it for you, but they're going to go to their cabin up in wherever the fuck they're at. And he gives them this harmonica because he's about to leave to go to play a gig because he just got booked by like one of the biggest fucking sound people, or one of the biggest promoters you could ever want calling you. You know, you imagine, you know, you have this fucking, we gotta go, it's Christmas Eve. So he gives him this fucking thing, tells him if you ever play it, you know, I'll come back, whatever. He goes, and this won't ruin it, I promise. So it's not a spoiler alert because this movie is fucking way old.
Some of this is starting to come back to me, and I think I may have seen pieces of it now that you're talking about it.
He gets in his car.
Yeah.
And he says he promises he'll be there. And he gets in a car accident.
He gets deleted.
He gets deleted, yeah. He's gone. And the year flashes by. Super sad. And then the kid pulls the harmonica out, plays it after he made the snowman, but he put his dad's fucking musician hat on that they had left.
Yeah.
He turns into the snowman. Boom! Awesome, dude. He turns into the snowman, and it's such honestly, a sad movie to watch, but such a fun movie to watch. And Michael Keaton does so good in it. Because,
See, I might go revisit that one now, because like I said, I was Michael Keaton fatigued for a while, because that movie, he had some movies before Batman.
Oh, yeah.
But when he hit Batman, that star, he went to the fucking moon. I mean,
Beetlejuice was later, right?
Yes. No, I want to say it was before. And it did well. Not as good as Batman. But Batman skyrocketed him. You know, to the point where he was, think of somebody like an Affleck or Nicolas Cage at the top of their career. Where he went up there and he was like the big payday guy.
And they were good, man. I mean, that's for sure. You're right, Nicolas Cage, too. Fuck. All those memes with his face. Oh, my God. Con Air.
He's got to be one of those guys who's like just laughing his way to the bank. You know what I'm saying? They're still making movies with him. I go on one of these streaming, and there's still new movies of him. How is this motherfucker still getting movies? It's like,
he was a great actor, but
he was done 15 years ago. I was like, how is he still getting movies?
Not easy to make fun of. I mean, the dude probably has fucking buku bucks, obviously, but he was a good actor too. I mean, Con Air, are you fucking kidding me, dude?
All right, Nick Cage, what is your favorite movie? Name one.
Gone in 60 Seconds.
Oh, that was a great movie. Yeah. I love that fucking
Gone in 60 Seconds. And then I love Con Air. I do. I mean, not just to mention on that because we were talking about it, but
what's not to love about a bunch of men in jail?
Oh no! You know what? Fuck! I love the one with him and Sean Connery, Alcatraz. The
Rock.
The Rock. Welcome to the Rock. Yeah, he's the Rock.
Sean Connery.
He's the chemical specialist. So he's the one who knows about the chemicals in the rockets.
Is that the one that had Catherine Zeta-Jones in it?
No.
Which one is the one that Sean Connery was in with her? Who was in The Rock?
No, she was not in that.
There was one movie that...
No, he was the prisoner that escaped from Alcatraz, and they only used him to get back in to do this.
Yeah, and he knew the combination and went to go through.
Oh, they swam through the fucking... It was.
Are you sure it wasn't her?
No, she's not in it. No, positive.
I might have to Google that shit now because there was a movie she was in it
with
him, with Sean Connery, and that was Catherine Zeta-Jones at her prime. She looked amazing. Just like remember the movie with her and Mask of Zorro, with her and Antonio Banderas. You remember Mask of Zorro?
American Sweethearts? No.
Mask of Zorro. Do you remember?
Yeah.
She fucking looked amazing in that movie. She was in her prime. And there was another one with her and Sean Connery where she looked great too. I thought it was a rock.
The last movie I watched with Sean Connery was Indiana Jones and the Holy Grail.
Okay, yeah, that was a good one.
When he's
that was a real good one.
Yes, that's probably my favorite. No, Temple of Doom, when he pulls the heart. I shot the doctor, and he fucking pulls the heart out, whatever the fuck he says, and all the bugs around. I love bugs. I don't know. Okay, I'm not sure.
I almost want to say it was the rock. It might be. I don't know. We'll figure that shit out later.
No,
but she looked amazing in these movies. Oh, you know what? It was in a movie where she was a cat burglar and they had these lasers and shit. The fuck was that movie? And she's going through them. You know how when you think of a security system and
Charlie's Angels?
No, this was way before Charlie's Angels.
Oh shit.
How was it? There were some. I don't know if they were like jewel thieves or something, or
it wasn't Bond, was it? Because
it wasn't. No, it wasn't a Bond. This is way after his Bond days.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was 70s probably. Yeah, 70s.
Yeah, his Bond days were in the 70s, and even early 80s he came back to be Bond again.
I don't remember what movie with him. And
fuck. It'll come to me. It's at some point in the day. Yeah, it'll be 2 in the morning. I'll wake up and I'm like, it was this. The weirdest shit, dude. Sometimes I think that's how my brain works. It's like a fucking DOS filing system, just tick, 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 tick. And then a day and a half later, it'll come to me.
You typed in the code.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It'll pop up. And at the most random time, I will remember that name.
Hey, I'm telling you, if I'm with my dad or my brother and we're trying to figure something out, if you get on your phone, it's getting kicked out of your fucking hand. We're going to figure that shit out. We don't need Google. We'll figure it out. Because that's...
Well, it's part of the fun.
Yeah. You got to figure it out, man. Because it's always like, what was that name? You know, you're trying to figure it out. And that's what's funny. Because you're saying Sean Connery and Catherine, Zeta-Jones, and I don't...
It was something where they were fucking some type of... I want to say...
They were fucking?
Well, No, they were supposed to have some type of chemistry. You know, she was the female lead, he was a male, but they didn't hook up in the movie. And it was like,
do you remember American Sweethearts with Billy Crystal and the dude? He has a lisp.
What?
Yeah, and what's that guy's name? He's in John Cusack. It's John Cusack, Catherine Zeta-Jones, and Billy Crystal. It's called American Sweethearts. And there's another funny actor, and he's got a lisp. He's in a lot, but he's like this, I don't know. I mean...
Oh, is Julia Roberts in that?
Yes, she is. Julia Roberts, too.
Okay, that's where she ends up getting...
Probably the biggest name in the whole thing, and I can't fucking remember. Yeah.
Okay, I remember seeing parts of that movie.
Yeah. My penis is bigger than a roll of quarters. That's what he's saying. The dude with the lisp, he's on stage, he's all pissed off. She's taking the lipstick.
I remember Cusack being it because in the movie Cusack's trying to get with Zeta-Jones and ends up hooking up with the sister. The sister was Julia Roberts, something like that.
Yes. So that was like that. I don't know. I mean, she's in a lot too, but that was an alright movie. I mean, not my favorite, but
that's one of those movies that back when I used to have cable, probably came home, turned TV on, and I caught chunks of it.
Well, do you remember Along Came Polly? What with Ben Stiller?
Yes.
That same actor with the lisp is the scuba instructor in that movie American Sweethearts.
Oh.
So because he's like, do you guys want scuba? And then he ends up banging the fucking blonde hair or the redhead from Will and Grace.
That dude. what the fuck is his name?
He's fucking hilarious.
He does voices for the Simpsons.
You want to go scuba?
Isn't he the same one who did the voice for the Lord of the Rings guy, the fucking Golem guy or something?
Oh shit, I don't know about
He does voice. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Always long hair.
Yes, and of course he was kind of shredded, wearing a fucking banana hammock.
He's banging fucking Ben Stiller's wife, who is Grace from Will and Grace.
Okay.
And Along Came Polly, the redhead. He's banging her on the boat because he's like, no, I get seasick. I'm not going to go scuba. They're on their fucking honeymoon. And he leaves and he comes back with a bottle of champagne and flowers. And the boat is pulled up and he gets on the boat. He's like, oh, whatever his fucking wife's name is now. He's saying it and he walks in and her legs are way up in the air. And she's just getting railed with fucking flippers on and shit. Yeah, so, I mean, but it's that guy, you know? He's like, you want scuba? He's fucking...
I know who you're talking about. Damn it, why can't I think of his name?
But great movie, though, because Jennifer Aniston's in that one. That's when he meets her. And
I know who you're talking about. What the fuck is his name? Something... Damn it. His name, once again, put that in the DOS file. It'll come up.
It will. And he's funny. He is really funny. I love seeing him. There's another, like, I also like the fuck, and he's dead now, but he was in Twister. I just watched that too.
I know you're talking about.
William H. Macy. Or no. It's a 3-name like that. It's a fucking...
The same guy that was, wasn't he on Tombstone or something?
No.
That wasn't Tombstone?
No, yes. That guy was, he was the main guy. They're both dead now. Holy shit. Bill Pullman? Bill Pullman, yes. So Bill Pullman was the main guy.
He's the guy who was the president on Independence Day. Wasn't that Bill Pullman? Bill Pullman is
Bill Paxton.
Bill Paxton.
Bill Paxton. Yes. So Bill Paxton was Twister guy. Bill Pullman, yes, wasn't. Wow, the connection. So Bill Paxton was, and then it's another 3-name. He was also in. He was in that movie. He's in so many funny ones. He died of a heroin overdose, I think.
Oh shit.
What the fuck? It's a 3-name. He's the one who goes, I sharted. I farted and a little shit came out. He's the dude in another Ben Stiller movie. I might have mistaken the names. Along Came Polly, where he's like, yeah, they're filming a true Hollywood story on me. And he's got these dudes he hired to follow him around with a little camera, but he's faking it all.
What the fuck?
He's so funny. Blonde hair in Twister. The loser, move on.
Damn, I'm drawing a blank. Damn it.
It's not John C. Reilly is the other dude, but this dude.
But he was on Twister, the guy you're talking about.
The guy I'm talking about was on Twister. It's not.
And it wasn't Bill Paxton.
It was Bill Paxton's buddy. It was his buddy in there, and he's hilarious.
Oh, you're not talking about the guy that was on Scary Movies, were you?
No, I don't think there was. Fuck, he's blonde hair, long blonde hair.
Does he kind of have a little pot belly?
Yeah.
Elliot?
No.
I'm picturing the guy from the fucking Scary Movies with the little hand. Let me get that for you, child.
Yeah, right. Yeah, when he makes
That's who I'm picturing when you're talking about. I could be wrong.
Not him. I know who you're talking about. Oh, that dude's funny as hell.
That's another guy who's fucking hilarious and really hasn't got his super.
No, this guy's got the 3-part name, like the, William H. Macy. It's something like that. John C. Reilly, not that. But it's that same, but just as big as an actor as both those guys. Fucking hilarious. God damn it.
All right, well, we'll figure that name out. Let's go outside and have a beer. I say we cut it. Enjoy the day. Episode 1, brother. Cheers.
Yep.